Welcome to the Success Fitness Podcast. I am your host, Christian Evans. This podcast is about helping you improve your relationship with diet and exercise to achieve success in your fitness journey. In today's podcast episode, we have our guest, Mrs. Latonya John. Latonya is currently an educator out of Arlington, Texas, and she's been inspired by the death of her grandmother as she promised her that she would take care of herself. She began the process of honoring that promise March of 2013. And since then, Latonya has lost over 100 pounds. Success Fitness family, please welcome to the podcast, Miss Latonya John. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine.
That's good. That's
Tired,
good.
but I'm fine.
I got you. Have a busy day today?
Yes, I've been up since 5:30 this morning.
Okay. 5:30. Yeah, that's the time to get up where the night or morning, however you want to call it, is still kind of still, and you have to get up and get your day started early, right? Right.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
have
I
to
got
get
you.
my early bird get the worm is what some people say.
I got you.
Yeah.
So give us a little bit more about your weight loss journey. How did you come across wanting to lose 100 pounds? You mentioned about your grandmother. So can you kind of tie that into the story, please?
Well, honestly, I had no goal of losing 100 pounds. I didn't even have a number that I was interested in losing, actually. It kind of just happened. I remember it was in April, probably like probably 5 years before 2013. And my grandmother passed away. And she was overweight. Um, but she went to a fat farm. She did all kind of diets. She never could, no matter what she did. And so as society looks at things, not everybody's body is the same. And so a lot of people think that, oh, you can try these diet pills, they will work. Wrong. You can try Weight Watchers, it will work. Wrong. It's not no one fix all. And that's the issue. So my grandmother, you named it, she tried it, and she saw herself in me out of all her grandkids. And so basically I wasn't able to be there by her side when she died, but my sister called me on the phone. And she told me, she just said, just promise me that you will not allow your weight to be the reason why you leave this earth, you know? And I just told her I would. And she knows if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. Time passed by. I didn't forget about what I said, but it just got hard. You know what I mean? I tried all kinds of things. I would just lose 12 pounds, 20 pounds, or whatever. And I never did eat a lot of food. I'm like, not a big food eater, not a big sweet eater. I'm not, and that's why I say that some people look at people that are overweight and they assume that they eat a lot of food. That's not necessarily true. But basically, I want to say back in March of 2013, I went to Atlanta to a conference, me and my best friend and my godson. And on that trip, and I should have shared that picture of us. We was at some kind of falls outside of Atlanta, Applewood, Georgia. And we was sitting there and my godson took the pictures. And when I got on the plane is what resonated with me. I always had to ask for extender. And that was the most embarrassing thing. And I'm a very strong-willed person. If you look at, can't say now, because like since I've lost weight, I hardly ever wear makeup because I'm so busy exercising and more into other things or whatever. But previously, hair laid, makeup, everything, you could not tell me nothing. At 361 pounds, baby, I was fine as a glass of wine. You couldn't tell me nothing. Basically had a lot of self-confidence. But with that said, that asking for that extender killed my spirit because those flight attendants make you feel like crap. They made me feel like I was wasting their time or embarrassing them or, like, why are you asking for that? And it's just like, I just felt everywhere I went that I was being stuffed in the situation.
Right.
If that makes sense.
I got you.
And I didn't like that. And so I told myself after that vacation, and I would go like a vacation in country and out of country every year. I said that, you know what, I'm not going anymore until I lose weight. And that was after my grandmother had passed, years afterwards. I said, I'm not going anywhere. I said, I don't care. I have to figure out what it is, why I'm not going anywhere. And so later on that month, I had actually, I've always tutored college students, and they have problems with math. So one of my neighbors was taking calculus, and her and a friend, they had problems, and we were sitting there, and she sat there and she said, well, Latonya, which called me Miss John. She's like, don't take offense to this. You're a beautiful person. And you take care of yourself. She said, but I don't think you're happy. And I did not look, and I was like, what do you mean? She's like, I don't think you're happy because she said, I see a light that's dim inside of you that needs to shine. And she said, well, once you go to this weight loss doctor, cousin and I are going. At that time, I tried Weight Watchers, everything. You name it, I tried it, right? Herbalife, tried it.
Right.
Everything, I tried it. Atkins,
right.
tried it. Everything, nothing worked.
Right.
Went to the weight loss doctor, asked me if that worked.
Did it work?
Yes. It did not work. It did not work. I logged all my food for an entire month, right? And based on what he seen that I was eating, because I'm a rule follower. If the doctor says jump, I'm gonna say how high. Because I don't want the doctor to say that whatever you told me didn't work, right? Does that make sense?
Right, exactly.
I'm a rule follower. So I did everything like he said. And he gave me this pill that people call amphetamine or whatever.
Okay, yeah, I've heard of that one.
It's like designed to make people lose weight, okay?
Right, right.
That's a lie. It ain't designed to lose weight.
Right, I got you.
Because I took that pill twice a day.
Wow.
Lost maybe 10 pounds. Yeah. And so, and the doctor looked at me, and he's an old doctor. He's been in the weight loss business long.
Right.
And he looked at me, he said, you know what? I'm not taking no more of your money. Because there's something genetically wrong with you.
Right.
And that's why you can't lose weight. He said, now, the average person should be able to lose weight. And, you know, especially with the amount of food that you're not eating, and the fact that you are drinking water, and the fact that you are taking this this diet pill, and then lose any weight. He's like, you need to go see a specialist. You need to go see someone and look at your blood work to see what it is, why your body is not processing, what is going on with you. It took me until April of 2013 when I went and saw my current doctor, Dr. Peppermint. Now, mind you, he can't give me nothing to make me lose weight either, besides tell me the fact that, well, for the rest of your life, unless you're going to work out like you're a marathon runner, which is what I chose, by the way. I chose to work like a marathon runner because giving up things is, I just don't think that's a good way to live life.
Right.
Moderation, I do, but I don't
exactly
like, you know, like some people want to give up sodas for the rest of their life. I don't think that you should give up anything for the rest of your life. I think enjoy life to the fullest the way you want to enjoy it. Period.
Right.
That's the way I embrace it. So Dr. Peppermint told me that I had to give up sugar, anything that came with sugar, and anything that was derived from sugar, anything that was made in a factory. Basically, if it had a shelf life, it could be in my life. Right. Okay? And that's because it's in Blacks and Hispanics only. And we don't typically go to the doctor, but basically they have a disease where people don't process protein, where they're allergic.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
Well, it's the opposite, where my body doesn't process sugars or anything that can turn into a simple sugar.
Okay.
And there's no medication for it. There's nothing they can give you because Blacks and Hispanics don't go to the doctor.
All right.
That he can do besides play Russian roulette with different things.
Right.
But there's no guarantees work. The only thing that does work is hard work and exercise. And so for about a year and a year and a half, 2 years, I gave up the sugar.
Okay.
ate like anything that had 9 or more grams of sugar in it. I didn't turn to diet because I believe that stuff that's in diet food is just as bad as is worse for you because at least sugar is man-made. I mean, it's not man-made. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
So
Because there's
sugar
a lot
is
of there's a lot of just chemicals, like when you're trying to what you would call, eat healthy and looking at these,
exactly.
Labels and things like that, it's colors, it's wording, uh everything that it took to make that product be a similarity to, say, like a meat product or
Exactly.
a sweet product or sugar or whatever, all those chemicals to try to emulate and imitate a
That
natural
taste.
taste or whatever. It's, you might as well just go for, what I mean, what
Exactly.
but
And
it's
so
more of a type of what do you call it, more of a like an intrinsic good feeling, like, oh, I'm eating a nature's bar or whatever the case may be. Meanwhile, that thing is worse than a Snicker, you know what I mean, in the long run, the totality of
exactly.
the chemicals and things that's in it. Yeah.
And so I took that route that I was not going to put anything that wasn't natural in my body. So if I was going to eat something that was not good for me, I'd rather cook it at my house myself and make it myself versus going out there and buying it because it's going to do worse damage to me than because I didn't gain the weight overnight. Like, and that's how they knew it was genetic because it was like I just said, it was like slowly, like every year I crept up like 15, 20 pounds every year. At, starting from, I want to say when I was a sophomore in high school. So it just kind of went up, and I tried everything. And so, and now mind you, one of my things is not to lose the weight fast because I've watched so many people, and I even at one time went to go consult about having the gastric bypass. But after talking to the doctor, I was like, well, I don't eat enough food and I don't eat this. I don't have a problem with food. I didn't have a bad relationship with food, if that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm.
And so I determined that wasn't something that was for me because I didn't have a bad relationship with food.
Right.
I tell myself no, and I do stop when I'm full, and I don't overeat, and I don't emotionally eat.
Right.
So that's how that's how I knew that it was. That's how the doctor knew, and so I've been seeing Dr. Peppermint since 2013, and basically he looks at my blood and he say, well, you're missing this vitamin, da 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 da, whatever. It's more making holistically that I'm healthy. And so my goal was to lose the weight little at a time and keep it out. So I would lose 30 pounds and maintain it. And that's what a lot of people don't do. They be so focused on losing the weight.
Correct.
That they don't maintain a weight. And so I would lose 35 pounds, then I would literally maintain it. And the way I lost it, and before I even know what it was called, it's a bit fat now. It's called calorie deficit. That's the way I lost it. I basically watched what I put in my body. And I never, I ate my meats first, my protein first. I made sure I drank 8 glasses of water. I never did drink like half my body weight because everybody body is different because you have to look at the color of your urine to determine whether or not you're hydrated, not half of your body weight. So
right.
It's a lot of people have like their little, they want this fix, and they have to understand
right. Right. There's no
quick fix is not a fix.
Yeah.
Each person is different.
You're right. Exactly.
Each person is different. And so when I think that's what allowed my weight loss to be successful is because I've done it little at a time. And I've been very transparent. Mm-hmm. I eat cupcake. Like literally, if you follow me on social media, I literally posted, I run for cupcakes. Okay. Right. Like I run for cupcakes.
Right.
Now, mind you, I don't eat anybody cupcakes. I'm very,
right.
I only eat Cake Bliss cupcakes because everybody else is like the stores, they have MSG or stuff in it and all that. So I'm very picky about what I put in my body. So like, I told my students, I said, I look at my food like money. And I said, well, how many calories is that? I was like, I don't, it's not worth that. Not to me.
Yeah. Right. That's a good
one. It's not worth that. Not to me.
Because it's a numbers game. It's a numbers game. Like when you're talking about caloric deficit, it's a numbers game. And once people can wrap their minds and wrap their thought process around that, it should make more sense to them. Like how you just put it, it's, you look at it as money. This is, 25 grams of carbs or whatever. This $25 I got to spend, and I don't want to, spend that on that. Or something is, 300 total calories. Is, hey, that's $300. I don't want to spend it. Or yeah, okay, that's worth it.
And that's the way I look, and that's the way I look at it. Like when I'm looking at everything, and what I found out is that overdoing that trick for 2 years, I really just kind of like knew what, you know what I mean? And so just knew what I put in my body. So so I did caloric deficit, and I always eat my meats and proteins first, then drink my water. But then I had, at the beginning of my stages, one of my friends, her name is Shelby. She's a Boston qualifier, marathon runner or whatever. I say she tricked me into doing races because her husband, who will not exercise with nobody, they would wake up. I worked out twice a day at 6:30 in the morning. Now, when I say worked out, I ain't talking about like I was crazy stuff. I just woke up and walked.
Right.
Morning and the evening. And and I lost 35 pounds. And I mean, I came back to work. People like, well, who is that, Latonya? They don't even look like it. I'm like, why everybody acting like they don't know who I am? Because I still hadn't adjusted to the fact that I've lost that much weight.
Right.
Like literally, people think I post the pictures for them. I post the pictures for me because I still see that 361 pounds.
Right.
Like when I look at myself in the mirror, that's who I see.
It takes a while to adjust to the new you. Like, regardless of how much weight you lost, that is a tough thing to wrap around your mind, even when losing weight. And you're just kind of still programmed because you've been that weight for X amount of time, X amount of years, or whatever the case may be. So the moment that you start coming down, somebody else is going to see it before you see it. So the moment that you start coming down in your weight, you're still on your grind. Somebody may see you, Thursday, and that may be the day where you are officially down 25 pounds, but meanwhile in your head you're like, okay, I still got to walk after work today, you know what I mean? Because I did, I walked early this morning and I'm going to walk at night. You're still in grind mode, but somebody can still see your results up to that point, but in your head, like, no, I still got to go, because you still see yourself as that former person at that former weight, right now. So I get it.
Yeah, and the thing is just so my friends saw me walking, and then I like literally tried every exercise too, because like I hate, when I say hate, I hate to work out. I'm not gonna even lie to anybody. People like, oh, you're so consistent, you're so dedicated, blah blah. No, I like the way I look. Okay, I like going into a store and being able to pick any store now and get whatever it is and pick up any size. I mean, for any size, I don't have to restrict where I buy things.
Right.
So I do not like working out at all.
Yeah.
Not like
it's a means to an end. It's a means to an end that based off of your past experience and based off of your past work, that there are fruits to this labor. So
exactly.
One of the fruits that you like to reap is being able to go into a store freely and pick out whatever clothing that you want and not have to be like so restricted to, the plus size section, I get it.
Exactly. And it's like, and I never thought in my adult life that I would know how that is. But one of the other things I tried, water aerobics, hated it. Being a Black woman, we don't like getting our hair wet. At that time, I had very long, straight hair. Long, relaxer and all that. Like now, I probably could do it, but I still don't like the water like that. Just don't. I'm not a water baby.
I got you.
I'm from Louisiana. My mom was like, "Girl, stay away from that water." So I still stay away from that water. I put my feet in it, but I don't want my head in it.
I got you.
But I love also, so two things: calorie deficit, and you don't have to like look at all. Start writing down everything that you eat, and I tell people, reflect on how you feel before and after whatever you eat. Because a lot of times you don't want to bring emotions into it, but even men or women, period, whenever we eat something, there's a reason why you're eating it. And you have to be honest with yourself about the reason why you're eating X, Y, and Z. Okay. It could be a lot of people don't understand that they got to get at least a 6 to 7 hours of sleep a night. So I try to make sure I get 6 hours sleep, because if you don't, that makes you overeat and make poor choices. Making sure that you're hydrated properly, even if you're just getting your hydration through fruits, because you can get your hydration through fruits. A lot of people who eat a lot of fruit, they'll feel like, okay, wait, I'm not as thirsty. Well, they're not as thirsty because they're eating a lot of water-based foods.
Right.
So people make a journal, like start writing down. You can go to Dollar Tree and get $1.25 now, not Cincinnati.
Right. Inflation.
And write, and write it down, like, and just, how do you feel before you ate it? How do you feel after you ate it? You know what I mean? And then how did, just basically having a connection with yourself and about how things that you say, do, and put inside your body, and how is it making you feel? And a lot of people don't want to talk about that. They want to just ignore it. And they just, this food is just, you need fuel. Not all food is fuel for everyone. And so you have to find out whether or not that food is a fuel for you. And so sugar is not a fuel for me. Sugar is literally a drug, like how people use marijuana, heroin, cocaine. For me, sugar and things that is comprised of sugar, that's what it does for me. So if I want to get a euphoric feeling, I literally eat sugar.
Right.
If I want to get a high feeling, I eat sugar. I don't go drink or whatever. I literally eat sugar. Now, mind you, most of the time I end up following with a lot of water to push it out my body so I won't get from it. But that's the effect it's had on me. And I didn't know when I was growing up, my mother never fed me anything unnatural until I went through the process with the doctor and I had a conversation with Mom. I said, Mom, blah, blah, blah. She said, oh, I made your bread. Oh, I made your cakes. Oh, I made your cookies. Oh, I grew all your vegetables. I said, wait a minute. When you was going to tell me when I went off to college that I ain't never ate nothing that was bought out of the store? You sent me off to college. She's like, you college. I ain't sending you there. And you didn't tell me that all these things made me feel and react a certain way. And after having a conversation with my mom, I put 2 and 2 together. So basically, she just never thought about it. She thought I was paying attention. Because like I literally made everything from scratch. Everything, all the baked goods. And so if it's, you know what I mean? So I control, and she would put less sugar in whatever she would give me. Because she said, well, yeah, it just made you act funny. And I ain't had time to move behind you and all this kind of stuff. I was like, really? And so there you go. So my mother knew it. So that's why my weight was controlled all the way while I was at home. And then when I went off to college, that freshman 15 turned as freshman 100.
Right. I got you.
So because that's what it is. She cooked everything from me. So
I got you. What was the toughest obstacle in your way to your weight loss goals?
Wow. That's a hard question for me.
If it's one. If it's a couple of them, which you can generalize. It don't have to be specific, but something that was like, you know what, this is really tough. Say, for instance, like you said, you hated working out, but what workout was it that really just sucked for you? But I had to overcome this in order to get to your goal.
Well, for me, was trying the different workouts. That was the hardest thing for me, because I knew just walking outside wasn't going to get. Because like one of the things I didn't want to do, and I wasn't familiar at the time when I started losing weight about plastic surgery, anything like that. Because be very transparent, because I lost over 100 pounds, and the way my body stretched out, I had what was called skin rolls. And where the skin attached and tissue attached to the muscle wall and created rolls. So like literally in my abdominal area, after I had lost 100 pounds, I still looked like I was fat because it was nothing but skin and tissue. So, and there was no way for me to remove that weight, remove that skin. I mean, I couldn't lose it, put it that way, okay? My upper body had to be surgically removed. There was no way for me to remove it. And I went to every doctor I saw, told me the same thing. well, there's no way for you to lose it, but you're too fat for us to have surgery. That's another conversation. But HIIT training is what I found after all the things.
Okay.
I love CrossFit, but
Okay.
not does not cater to plus size people.
Okay.
Because I consider myself plus size
Mm-hmm.
because I'm in a size 12, 14, sometimes 16, based on what store it is. You know,
I
I
got
don't
you.
remember, I care about the way it looks.
Right.
On no size. You know, most women are like, oh, I'm like, I'm not so. Well, I actually got 10s too, but I don't really care. So I just go buy whatever looks cute. I don't really care about the size.
Right.
But HIIT, high intensity interval, I love, love, love it because I don't like to work out.
I got you.
I'm in CrossFit. I don't like to work out.
I got you.
All those things give you a total body workout, 30 minutes or less. And I love, love, love HIIT workouts. I tried Fit Body Boot Camp a couple years ago. Both of the places that I did go to went out of business.
Wow.
Was
this during the pandemic and all that stuff?
One of them, it's just because like the one that was in North Arlington where I live at, I guess it just didn't have enough clientele to feed to it. And the pandemic made the one in South Lake go out. So now I'm literally driving 30 minutes away because I want to say I have 3 friends who wants to work out, and for some reason I became the workout guru. I am not the workout guru. I mean, I know all about working out, but I don't want to do it. I mean, you
inadvertently became the leader now because people saw you do it.
Exactly.
And right, just for the simple fact that you weren't trying to be the leader, it's how you became it because a leader. You didn't like I've been trying.
So I became a leader, and I'm not trying to, but I've been told that I've made several people do full marathons and do this and do this. I'm like, why are y'all falling behind? I'm just crazy because I have goals to meet, and I know that if I do massive amount of miles, then I meet those goals.
Right.
And I can enjoy cupcakes, and I can enjoy Big Red.
Right.
You know, I can enjoy certain things when I'm training for a marathon, when I'm running or whatever. So I can feel normal.
Right.
When I get dinner.
Right. You have some type of quality of life to where you don't feel like I can't eat this, or I'm going to feel so guilty about it. It's like, well, you're not going to eat 10 of them. You're not going to eat, 12 of them all in one sitting or whatever. You know what I mean? It's, you have some type of regulation when it all comes down to it. Like in theory, we all joke around. It's like, oh, I can eat a whole case. I can do it's the thought process of how you're going to feel when you go back to do some HIIT training. You're like, nah, I'm gonna dial that. I'm gonna dial that back, but I'm going to still at least have it. You know what I mean? So exactly. When you did hit your goal, how do you feel you were transformed in that process? Like, what was your thought process when you looked at that scale and it said 100 pounds that you finally calculated after, the time from you started to when you seen that? How do you feel that changed you?
It was approximately 2 years ago. I remember because all of my running friends, I'm part of a group of ladies called, she runs this town there across the United States. And I'm a chapter leader for the Grand Prairie chapter. Although I live in Arlington, I'm in the Arlington chapter, but they wanted me to be a leader, so I couldn't tell them no. So anywho, it's like, it was like mind blowing. It means still now when I look at the scale and I see that I've lost, and over the past 2 years have kept it off, right? Because my goal after I had the surgery, when I was running and I literally heard my stomach flap, I was petrified. That's when I said I had to have skin removal surgery. I didn't know what that was. I was like, I was in tears. I was like, what is that? Because I was like I was at a running workshop.
Right.
What is that? And I was like, oh, that is my stomach. And I kept getting chafing and pain, like from the excess skin. It was just horrible. And so I decided then, I was like, I told my husband, so he's the MVP for this, right? My husband, Daryl, because he got him a new wife every year, ever since we've been dating, because he met me at the beginning of my weight loss journey. he thought I was beautiful then.
Right.
Okay. And now, mind you, I was still almost 300 pounds at the time when he met me. I was
Right.
almost 300 pounds, but he thought I was beautiful then.
Right.
Every year he's gotten a new wife. So I haven't scared him off yet, because I told him when he asked me to marry him, I was like, that working out comes before this marriage, right?
All right.
And he thought I was playing until we got married, and he was like, I was like, oh no, I got a raise. Oh no, I got to go work out.
Yeah, this is life. This is me. This is my life.
This is my life, and
yeah.
And I told him, I was like, this is it, boo. I said, either you're gonna come with me or you'll be here when I come back.
I got you.
And he's a big supporter. He's
good.
Like, you did it. He's a big supporter. Now, a couple of times he did got to do some 5Ks, and he was like, that's too early for you to be running.
Yeah.
He'll drop me off and pick me up.
I got you.
I made him go to Chicago with me to do a half marathon, because now I have the goal of bringing all the states.
Okay, that's good. That's
good. And all the states. So he's actually from Chicago. He went to Bradley University, actually.
Okay, and that is actually the city where I currently live at, Peoria.
Yeah, I know. I showed him a picture. I asked him if he knew you. He was like, oh no, I don't know him. He went to school at Bradley. So
okay.
He's a Sigma and I'm a Zeta. That's how we met.
I got you. What is your current nutrition plan as far as like what is like an average, say, like day for you as far as eating?
I'm serious when I say I just count calories, like literally. So I prep my food not because I care about meal prepping like people trying to diet. That's not why I prep my food. I prep my food because I'm always busy. Okay. And so if I don't prep my food, I won't eat. And so I just make sure that I have 20 more grams of protein in most of my meals, vegetable and a healthy starch, whether it be sweet potatoes or yellow potatoes, anything that's natural or brown. I try to stay away from rice, because white rice is bleached, even though brown rice is harder for your body to digest. So I'll eat like couscous, mixed with quinoa, potatoes, or something like that. I try to stay away from pasta unless it's like lentil pasta, vegetable made pasta, chickpea pasta, something like that.
Right.
But I wake up in the morning and I work out without eating.
Okay.
I don't have an appetite. That's one of the side effects of my condition. I'm never hungry.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to make myself eat. So I have to eat what's on the clock. So I'll work out and I'll drink 32 ounces of water before I even eat anything.
Okay, good.
And after that, I'll drink a protein drink and a banana or a grapefruit. And it's 30 grams of protein. So that is breakfast. If I'm being good that day. When I say good, I'm not doing anything bad.
You're on point.
I'm on point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so then later on, sometimes I love oatmeal pies. Oatmeal pies are my weakness. Oatmeal cream pies.
I got you.
So I will eat an oatmeal cream pie, maybe. And what else? I stay away from dairy products just because I don't like the way they make me feel.
I got you.
It's not that I'm lactose intolerant. It's just that I just don't like the way they make me feel. But I eat a lot of fruits and vegetables, cucumbers. Like I have cucumbers with nothing on them, sometimes with vinegar, salt, and pepper, because that's where I grew up eating.
Right.
What is that? Outshine popsicles. If I feel like I want something sweet, they're all natural popsicles. Have like 60 calories. So I look at everything calorie, like cucumbers is like, I don't know, 35 calories or less than that. Or pickles are no calories. So I eat a lot of pickles. They're no calories. Sometimes I eat popcorn. And if I'm having a stressful day, I will get a 20 ounce of Big Red, and I have that 20 ounce for the entire day. And I break that up with water. And for lunch, I have, today it was asparagus, ground turkey, and a little rice. And for dinner, it was a slice of pizza. I do eat pizza. Not that much. I felt like having pizza.
Right.
So I got a slice of pizza and some Thai coconut curry soup, a cup of soup.
Okay, I think I've had that soup before. And even by you mentioning you had a slice of pizza, if someone is not listening in context to what she's been saying repeatedly, is that she counts her calories.
Yeah,
And
that slice of pizza
that
is 300.
fits
Yeah.
into her calories. And that's the importance of exactly what you said about at least documenting down. Because as long as you can document down, you're like, all right, well, shoot, I got, a couple hundred calories left, for the day or during this time. Or, hey, if that fits, then that fits,
And
so
that's what I
that's
do. So like oatmeal pie, that's 170 calories.
wow.
Okay. That's
That's not bad, because some of these healthy
right.
protein bars and
Right.
things like that
And that's why
are way more. I had
more
one
calories.
yesterday and I was surprised at that. I just been paying more attention to them. I think this one was maybe like 310 calories, 20 grams of protein, and 40 something grams of carbs, right? And
Nah.
again, things are labeled, high protein, right? And to me, if you're going to put something labeled as high protein, that protein needs to exceed the carbs. The carbs should never exceed it, but they can find one thing about it and how they word it and how they market it as if, it's so healthy. It's so good. And you got a whole oatmeal cream pie that is
And it was
like half of the amount of calories. And you know what I mean? Like that's a wake up call for everybody to at least just start knowing what you're ingesting. How many
exactly.
calories are you allowed for yourself for the day? And how many calories is that versus always wanting to point, oh, they shouldn't be eating this or they shouldn't be eating that. It's first off, mind your business. Two, you don't know what their calorie intake is or where they're at currently and how much they have left too. And that all comes from, again, knowing yourself, your information and knowledge of, hey, I've been documenting this. I know what this is and it fits.
Yeah. And so basically I tell like a lot of people like what to do. I will tell you someone to follow if someone, whoever's listening to this, you want to follow this guy. His name is Eric Roberts Fitness. I stumbled across him during the pandemic, and literally everything that I do or did to lose my weight, Eric Roberts tell people what to do. Okay. So when people ask me what it is to do or what did I do, I was like, I point them to his YouTube page, his Instagram, his whatever. And when I say far as calorie deficit, I do not believe in the word no. If I want something, I'm going to have it. Because the moment you tell yourself no, when you do tell yourself yes, you're going to overeat and all of this. And what I love about calorie deficit is that over a whole week. So maybe today I have a crappy day and I overeat in my calories. As long as my overall calories for the whole 7 days is within my calorie range, then I've won. Okay. I've won. Because when I had my surgery back in my last round of plastic surgery, skin removal surgery, I shouldn't say plastic, skin removal surgery in May, I didn't work out for like 2 months and I maintained my weight and actually lost a little bit more weight by doing calorie deficit, by just by watching what I ate, you know what I mean? And just watching what I ate. And now the protein drinks that I drink is Premier Protein, just because it's only 1 gram of sugar and it's not so much carbohydrates, and it's 30 grams of protein.
What's your favorite flavor?
My favorite flavor is peaches and banana cream.
Okay. I've had that one before. I've
I don't
had
like
a lot of.
I don't like coffee at all.
Oh,
Coffee.
what?
I don't like
You
coffee.
can't be on here saying you don't like coffee now. You
I'm
see the sweater.
sorry.
You see the sweater. There's more
remember
coffee.
I told you that. I remember I told you sugar is my upper.
I
So
got
for
you.
me, because the way my body processes, caffeine literally makes me sleepy.
I got you.
I cannot do caffeine. So caffeine makes me sleepy. If I want to, I'm like looking for a big red, like a big red. I can say,
I got you. I
big
got you.
red, like, you know what I'm
I
saying?
got you.
The 7.5, that's 100 calories.
I got you.
160. That's sad that I know that. 20 ounces is 230 calories.
Hey, knowing is half the battle. That's what GI Joe taught us
Exactly.
growing up. Do you like
Exactly.
the peanut butter chocolate? kind? Have you tried that kind?
I don't like chocolate.
Okay, oh, not chocolate. What about
I
okay?
don't like.
No,
I
because
like
that's still chocolate.
caramel,
The
peaches,
caramel, yeah, that is good.
caramel, peaches, and banana. Those are the three I buy.
Okay,
I
okay,
don't like vanilla. I don't like vanilla. I don't even like the strawberry one.
okay. Yeah, the strawberry one is okay. I had the
I
cinnamon
bought the
roll one.
cookie and cream and the cinnamon
Uh-huh.
roll ones, and I've made myself drink them and the
I
chocolate
got you.
because I spent my money on it.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
I just drink it real fast and don't worry about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
But
got you.
but yeah, so oh yeah, and I tried Herbalife when I first tried it years ago, it didn't work.
Right.
New Herbalife is wonderful. They have a mango.
Okay.
They have a mango flavored Herbalife. So like if you looking into something for a supplement replacement that's healthy and that
Okay.
doesn't really attack your organs and that's good, find your Herbalife rep.
Okay.
Their protein drinks are awesome. One of my fraternity brother, actually, he's out of California and he does
Okay.
online training. And I've done I did a 21-day thing with him, and then
Okay.
surgery or whatever. And I just did it to support him, but mostly because I want to try some options. Because you get tired of drinking the same stuff.
Right.
So yeah, and what else? Gen Pro has a flavorless protein. So I'm big on protein. So
Good.
you increase your protein. I'm big on protein. I would tell people, and I'll tell women, because a lot of women
Please tell them. Please, please, please.
a lot of women think that they don't need protein, and that's the reason why a lot of women, their skin, like I ain't got no filters on here. I ain't got no makeup on. I put a little chapstick on. I got blemishes because I like pickling my face. And I can say I have some beautiful skin.
Yeah,
and I to exercising and protein. I make sure that I try to get 70 or more grams of protein in your body. I mean, everybody different.
Right. Because like you said, you had to do about 20 grams, try to at least make sure at least 20 grams are in your meal prep. Right. Yeah. And you take a protein drink, let's just say on the max you have 2 a day. That's 60 right there. So now 60. Now you got 20. So that's 80. Yeah. So it's obtainable. It's obtainable.
Exactly. It's easy to do it, but you got to plan it out. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I think I tell maybe planning weddings and that gonna last one. This is your body, man.
True.
This for life. You know what I'm saying? You plan building a house. You plan a car. You decorate a house. You plan all these things, but we do not plan to take care of our bodies. You are so stupid. So this is why I decided. I I can retire with money in my retirement because I do extra retirement, being an educator. So what I decided to do after talking to my financial planner, he was like, you can just sorry, somebody messaging me. Okay. You can just I said, you know what I'm saving that money for? I'm gonna be fat and broke. I mean fat and can't use the money. I said I'd rather be broke and happy.
I got you.
So that's why I decided to use all that money in retirement to get the skin removed on my body.
Right.
That's why that's me. That's why I spend all that money and I drive 30 minutes to go to Second Chance Fitness over there in Mansfield because I love energetic, enthusiastic trainers.
Good.
It's not that I don't know how to work out because I got a total gym.
Right.
Treadmill. I got a gym across the street. I do have discipline to do it if I can't get no place.
Right. But it's the vibe. Sometimes you just need that extra, somebody in your ear, just one way, or another, somebody in your ear telling you to, do a push-up versus doing it on your own. Maybe the person in your ear, now you're amped up to do 10 versus at home. You're like, oh, I do 5 or I do 6 or whatever, so it's that overall intensity. So with that being said, we got about 2 more questions to ask you. Okay. What is, and I consider this one, what are your least favorite, or what is your least favorite exercise, and what is your favorite exercise?
My least favorite exercise is weight training. That's anything that's dealing with lifting weights.
I got you.
Don't like it.
I got you.
Favorite exercise, because I've done 4 marathons and 28 half marathons. Yeah, 28 half marathons and countless 10Ks, 5Ks, and miles for training. It is by far walking. I love to run and walk. I love being outdoors, not trail. but I love being outdoors and just listening to music or podcasts, chatting with my friends,
I got you.
sunbeam on my skin when it's not so hot and it's not so cold and it's just a perfect day. And I start my day off like that and my day is just wonderful.
Good, good, good.
It's like, you can probably hear the smile in my voice when I say that. That is like ultimately the best thing for me is walking.
Running in the morning is totally different than any other exercise first thing in the morning, because I have a treadmill and I have a whole home gym, a treadmill, and a stationary bike. And some mornings, I don't feel like getting on the treadmill, so I'll ride the bike for a half hour, right? 30 minutes of cardio. And yeah, it wakes me up because I'm trying to, shock my body to get up to prepare for the day. But it's nothing compared to, even if I just incline walk, if I just do some intervals incline walks, there's nothing like it. I don't know why. Maybe I need to Google it one way or another, but that is one of the best feelings, first thing in the
I
morning.
will tell you why. I read up on that because
Did you? Okay.
I'm a total nerd. I'm full of.
Okay, good.
It's because the idea of running and walking give you different endorphins. It gives you those happy things. That's why it gives you the happy endorphins.
Good.
That's a nice way
plenty of those.
For,
Yeah, right.
For women, it's better than sex. Honestly, for women, it gives a woman exactly what sex would give a woman at her peak. That's what it does. It's like that's why you will find more women that run competitively, or you will find them. It's just like after it's like you just empowered. But
Wow.
the best thing ever. It's the endorphins that it gives you. It's like, whoa. I mean, I even have for my first full marathon. I have this book one of my friends bought me.
Run the mile you're in. Okay.
One the mile that you're in.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. So what advice would you give women beginning to work out or on their fitness journey? What is any advice that you can give them? Something that like, okay, you need to hear this. This is for you.
I would tell them to love themselves how they are now, because a lot of times as a woman, I never personally did that, so I wouldn't really know how that feel. Like the only time I felt sad or upset about my weight, it was because others projected that onto me. But individually, my family, my friends, and everybody around me will tell you that I even wrote a poem about how beautiful I thought I was. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I was self-love, because that's something that, and knowing that you're beautiful and worthy at any size and shape. And that's the first thing, is knowing that you have arrived before you even lost that weight. And don't do it because don't do it for losing weight. Because like my motive was never to lose weight. My motive was to enjoy life. You know what I mean? I was tired of walking up the steps feeling tired. Okay, does that make sense? I was tired of not being able to run and play with my nephews, or I couldn't go on a ride at Six Flags, or I mean, I couldn't enjoy life the way I want to. If that makes sense. And so my advice to them is, one, love themselves how they are. Two, journal and write down exactly how the food that you eat makes you feel and why you're drawn to it. And be honest with yourself about it, even if it's with a voice memo on your phone. Start having that dialogue with yourself. And if you can't be honest with yourself about that, then how are you going to be able to make those changes? Three, seek out a support network if you know that you don't have the strength or the tenacity to push forward. Okay, seek out someone that's going to make you accountable or encourage you with encouraging words, not tear you down,
right,
or beat you up, but someone right, to encourage you and celebrate in the small things, and don't give up everything, because you don't have to give up everything in order to succeed at this weight loss game. because nobody said that being a BMI size that they have that's not made for African American women. That's not my goal. My goal is not to be that. My goal is to be healthy in me. And that's one thing I can say that my doctor has said too. And I was like, well, how much weight do I need to lose? He said, how much weight do you want to lose? That's his response. He was like, it's about you. It's not about a chart, because that chart is not designed for everybody. And because everybody's body is made up differently. And lastly, losing weight or getting healthy is a lifestyle, is not a quick fix. And you're going to have, it's like a roller coaster, or like I say, rolling hills over here in North Arlington where I live at and run. It's rolling hills. It's going to have its up and downs. And sometimes the hills will be steeper. And I've had my pity parties and my crying moments, and where I just like look at myself and still feel like I'm fat and I'm not this, I'm that. And it's just because that's what we do. But overall, I embrace who I am and what I've successfully been able to do, because I surround myself with people who celebrate and help me persevere and push towards my next goal. And I do that by helping others. I mean, although I jokingly say I'm literally driving 30 minutes twice a week to go with a group of friends who thinks that I'm a leader and I'm going to show them what to do. And I really don't want to wake up and go. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I'm doing it because at the end of the day, they asked me to. And I remember when Shelby would get up in the morning, her and her husband, and my friend Cindy would do it at night when I got off work at the college. Mm-hmm. And they would help me walk. And they got nothing out of it besides the pure fact of helping me succeed. And they watch, me go through this journey. They watch me transform into who I am, mm-hmm. to who I'm going to become. And so that's the main thing I would tell them, is like, support network and be honest with yourself and
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Well, I thank you for your time and coming on the Success Fitness podcast. Now, where can people reach you at, far as on social media? You have a preferred social media that you want to connect with people to, help them get some inspiration from you?
I would say Instagram, because I think a picture's worth 1,000 words. You know what I mean? Instagram, because I do have an Instagram, and I have one that's open that you can just follow, that you don't have to request to be my friend, because I have two. Being an educator, you kind of block some of it, but I've learned that there's no point. They end up fun anyway. I have one called Forever Fit Finer. That's but I post the same thing on both of them. And the other one is 1 mile, 1 minute. So the number one minute. And that one's open. Anybody can follow. And I post the same stuff on both of them. Except the one that's private, I probably post a little bit more of my opinion about politics or something else. But weight loss and all of that and whatever, or what I'm doing every day, because that's all I do. Because when I don't post, I get a message and ask me, where have you been?
Wow.
Are you okay? Have you not posted? And I'm on Facebook in a lot of groups. Because they literally asked me to be in their group or be an ambassador for this and that. And I told them, no, I don't have time, because I still have goals I'm trying to meet of my own.
I gotcha.
Write a book, and I'm like, I don't have time because I have not arrived yet, and I still have not arrived.
I gotcha.
I'll be able to write a book and say I've made it.
Right.
But my Twitter, you can do Twitter too. Forever Finer.
Okay.
Forever Fit and Finer is Twitter, Instagram. I think that's Snapchat and TikTok. I got everything.
Okay, she's all over.
I'm a nerd. I mean, I don't. Only thing I post consistently on is Instagram.
Okay, cool.
Instagram that's consistent.
I got you.
Talk if I feel like dancing.
I got you. Well, I appreciate you and the Success Fitness family here on this podcast. Appreciate you too. You have a great evening, and thank you so much.
Thank you so much.